Album cover tier list.
Part 2.
I'm back doing another one of these. You guys seem to enjoy the first one, so I compiled about 20 or so album covers here. Some good, some not so good. If you guys enjoy this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. And comment some other album covers you want to see me rank on a part 3 possibly. Alright, let's get into it. So, you guys did not seem to like how I ranked the Kanye album covers I did on the last one. Mainly Graduation. So, I have one here, and it is the College Dropout. I love this one. I think it's very good. I don't think it's as good as like Graduation, honestly. If I would, I think I'd put Graduation in A. I see the argument for S. College Dropout, I'd probably give an A as well. I think it's pretty good. I like the colors on it. I love the yellows, and I love how he's in his like high school mascot like costume. I think that's really cool. It just has like a very nostalgic feeling to it, and I like the like crest around it as well. I've seen this in like the burgundy version as well or whatever. I like the white one more, but yeah. All right, next up we got Whole Lotta Red. I like this album cover. The album itself I'm kind of mixed on. I only like a few songs on it, honestly. But I think this album cover is really cool. I think it's very cool looking. I like the style of it. I love the red text. I love the like use of like threshold on it, how it's like very high contrast. I like this one. I like the framing of it too, how it's in like just a rectangle box. I'm probably gonna do A or B on this one. I'll go B for now, but I might put that higher. It has a little few too many colors on it. I think if it's called a whole lot of red, there's not a lot of red on this album cover, so I'm gonna put a B for right now. Next up is gonna be SZA. Ctrl this time. I did SOS in the last one. Ctrl is another album cover I really love. I think this one is very good, and I think it fits the themes of the album very well. I like the use of green on this as well. The whole shot of the computers, all the broken computers, is really cool. And how it's like the juxtaposition of that I think is cool. How it's like a bunch of computers in nature. I think that's very interesting. And the title is like a control key on a keyboard. I'm gonna put it A. I think it's good. I like SOS's cover more, but I really like this one as well. I think it's very cool. Okay, next up, probably one of the worst fucking album covers I've seen in a minute. Genre Sadboy by MGK and Trippie Redd. Yeah. I don't think I really need to explain where I'm gonna put it. Yeah, this is fucking ass. It looks like a modeling thing. And also, I was looking at it too. What is Trippie Redd doing with his fingers? Why are his fingers like that? It's so weird. I hate their outfits, especially Trippie's. I hate the fucking text too. Like it looks like a magazine cover for like a shitty GQ thing or some shit. Like it looks so bad. I hate this so much. But this isn't even as worse as some of MGK's other album covers. I should have put those on here. Yeah, this is not good. This is very bad. This is awful in so many ways. I hate it. Easy F tier for fuck this album cover. Okay, next up we have the complete polar opposite of that last one. The Purple Rain cover. Prince, Purple Rain. I found this particular version of it where it's like a more expanded shot with like without the flowery borders on the sides. I like this more than the original, but I still like the original a lot. The colors on this are so good. I mean, it's perfect contrasting colors. I love the text as well. The Purple Rain text is so cool. I have a shirt with this cover on it. It's so good. I fucking love it. This is our first S tier of the video, for sure. Purple Rain. So in the last one, I ranked Donda, and I saw one comment trying to kind of defend it, where it focuses on the music more. In that last video, I mentioned Childish Gambino's 3:15:20. Well, since then, that album has been completely deleted, and now it is Atavista. And, you know, when I heard that he was actually going to like re-release 31520, I was hoping there was going to be a new album cover. It's just the same cover with like he's trying to do a Beatles White Album thing with this, where it has like just the title barely even legible there. I don't like this still. I wish he did a cover. I did my own recreation of it, of like what I would kind of think of the cover would look like, but it's so boring. It's so fucking boring. I hate when artists do this because it stunts the life of the album, I feel like, in some aspects. With the White Album by the Beatles, that was like the first one to do that. So, and it was like super bold of them to do that at the time. I think what Donda and this have in common is that it's just fucking lazy, because you know that they could have done something. These are very creative artists that have had very cool album covers before. Why didn't they do that for this or even Donda? I don't know. I'm gonna give it D though. I don't think it's entirely as bad as this. I'd rather have just a white square than whatever the fuck this monstrosity is. So yeah, I'm gonna give it D. Alright, next up we have Electric Ladyland by Jimi Hendrix. I really love Jimi Hendrix. This is a classic album cover too. I really love this. I love the use of like noise. It's a very grainy cover, but I feel like that fits Jimi Hendrix. I love this color scheme as well. The reds and how he has like Simpson skin almost it's cool. I really like it. And I think it fits the album as well too. Iconic, but I'm gonna give it A. I think it goes A. I don't think it's as good as some other album covers I really like. I still think this is cool though. I need to get this on vinyl for sure. Or what is it? That other Jimi Hendrix album. It's like Axis or something. I forgot what the name of it is. That cover is cool as well. So yeah, A for Jimi Hendrix. Alright, next up we have an album cover made by Hypnosis. Now if you don't know Hypnosis, they were a album cover making duo, I guess, during the like 1970s and 80s. They made stuff after that, but like it was very less frequent. They mainly worked with Pink Floyd though. And my favorite Pink Floyd album cover, other than Dark Side of the Moon, which was also made by Hypnosis, Animals. I love this cover. This is one of my favorites, probably ever. The color palette is so nice looking. It just pops so much. The sky, how it's like very dark at the top, but it like progressively gets more and more like vibrant as it goes down and brighter. It's so cool. This is at a Battersea. It's like a factory, I believe, in London. I believe so. And they flew a pig up in the air. They inflated a pig balloon and put him up there. Creates a classic image. It's like, it fits with the album so well too, I feel like, because this is like very ominous looking, because like, what does this mean? And I think it's so good. This is definitely S tier for me. I think this is definitely one of Hypnosis' best album covers as well. I have another one on here that we'll get into in a little bit, but yeah, Animals in S tier. Next up is Dummy by Portishead. This is an interesting one because I don't really know what to make of it. I think it's a very interesting cover. I love the color palette. The color palette's very nice. I think that the blues fit this album a lot. I did my own like sort of inspired album cover for this. It was more specifically for the song Roads, but I think it still fits Dummy as a whole. It used a lot of blues as like a forest shot. I really love that painting, and I think this just could have been better. I don't really like the framing of it that much. I think the text is interesting. I think the shot itself is cool. I think if this shot was expanded, that would make it way better. I think if the whole cover was just this shot, that'd be really interesting, because it's like she's in a, I don't know. It feels like a torture chair almost. I don't really even know. Again, I do like the color palette though. I'm honestly, I'm debating between B and C. I'm gonna give it C, honestly. I think it's just kind of lacking. I might change that though. It could definitely go up into B, but for now I'm gonna put it in C. That might make people mad, because I know a lot of people love this album. I love Dummy as well. I think the cover could have been better, honestly. Alright, next up we have a suggested comment from the last video. This cover is called Pay Attention by Mirid. And when this person that commented this, they left a bunch of different album covers, and this is the one that caught my eye the most. I think this is really cool looking. It has like that vaporwave aesthetic to it. It's very like abstract looking too. I love the colors on this. I think this is just pretty cool. It's a pretty cool looking album cover. It's very like retro. Definitely vaporwave inspired though. I definitely see that. Don't know what this sounds like, but I like the cover. I'm gonna put this in B. I think this is B. Alright, next up we have The Promise, or I think it's just Promise, by Sade. Sade is an artist I have really fallen in love with in recent months. Their music is fucking amazing. I love her voice so much. And it's such comforting music. I love it, like, a lot. I really do like Sade's music. This album cover, though, I'm not too big on her album covers, honestly. This is the one I think I like the most, though. And it's still just kind of okay. I like the Love Deluxe cover. The Love Deluxe cover is pretty good. I chose this one. I love the colors on this, and I think it fits the album very well. I hate the text. The text is really bad. I think that is what's holding this back the most. And it's just kind of boring. It's just a kind of simple image. That's what I feel like most of Sade's covers feel like. It's very simple looking. Which, I mean, I guess that fits the music in a way. But for me, I think this kind of fits with Dummy a little bit. I think those two kind of fit together pretty well in C tier. They're not bad, it's just they're okay. Alright, next up is Run the Jewels 1. I could have picked any of RTJ's covers, but I think this one is interesting to rank because it's the OG, it's the classic, it's very clean, it's very simple looking. I honestly do like the other ones more. Probably 3 and 4 the most. But I think this one is still very cool, and it's iconic as fuck. I like the colors on it. I like the just simplicity. The simplicity of RTJ's covers is, I think, the best part about them, is because it's just, this image is just, it's synonymous with the duo. So I'm gonna put this one in B. I think it's still pretty good though. I really like it. Next up is Midnight Love by Marvin Gaye. I really love this album a lot. I recently listened to it and I'm a big fan of it. The cover, when I first saw it, it's kind of creepy looking. It's an odd looking cover because his skin is like almost zombie looking. It's a very interesting palette that he chose for this. But I think oddly it fits. I picture like October when I think of this album. This feels like a Halloween-y type of season to listen to this. I don't know why. Maybe I'm probably not making any sense right now by saying that, but it gives me those vibes. And I think this is a pretty good cover. I like it a lot. It is he is just placed right on this flat fucking image though. And the text is kind of iffy. I think I'm gonna give this B as well. I'm leaning towards B. I like the border of yellow as well. I think it fits. I mean, it fits the album. I think it just fits in some strange way. It is a weird cover though. Alright, next up is Rodeo by Travis Scott. I know I did Astroworld in the last one. It was probably S. I can't really remember, but I think this one is also very good. I prefer this original cover to the one with the white background where he's like on the truck. I think this is way cooler. I really love this one. I love the action figure aesthetic for this one, or like style that he used during this era. It's very cool, very iconic. I'm gonna give it A. I think it's A. It could be lower, but I think I love this one. I think it's very cool looking. The color palette's pretty boring, but it's very simple, and I think it goes hard. It's a hard fucking album cover. Alright, next up we have one of my favorites, Heaven or Las Vegas by Cocteau Twins. I recreated this in a very recent video. I like my version more, but I still love this cover. It's very good. I think it fits the themes of the album well. Well, I mean, at least the like Heaven or Las Vegas theme, because it's very like blissful looking. It's a very blissful image, and the lights creeping out I think are really cool looking. I like the text as well. I love the colors. This is a S for me. This is a S for sure. One of my favorites of all time. Alright, next up is going to be Off the Wall by Michael Jackson. I can't remember what I put Thriller at in the last one, but I don't know. MJ's covers I think are just kind of okay. They're not like that crazy to me. I think this one is, I don't know. I'm feeling C for some reason. I think it just, I don't know. The text is kind of weird, and the like framing of it too. There's like a window on the right side that's like barely there. Why? I don't get that. And he has like glowing shoes. I don't know. I like it still. It's not bad, but I'm feeling C. I think I'm gonna put it in C. I think I put Thriller in B or C in the last one. I think the covers he chose, I don't know if they fit that well, because I picture like a disco when I think of Off the Wall. I don't know, maybe that is the point of it, is that it is off the wall. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in C. Alright, next up is Close to the Edge by Yes. Amazing album. It is 3 songs long, but it's like 50 or so minutes. So good. It is amazing. Pretty bland cover, but I like it. I think it's very cool. Polyphonic has a video talking about this album cover more, and like the inner gatefold of it, of like the vinyl, is very cool. I enjoy this though. I think it's still good, and where I put this might piss people off, but I'm gonna put it in B. I think the color palette it fits. It's a pleasant cover to look at. I don't know. I like the just simplicity of it, and I like the text as well. I like Yes's text on most of their covers, so that might piss people off. I don't know. All right, next up is Adam Heartmother by Pink Floyd. This is another Hypnosis cover. I watched the documentary for Hypnosis on Netflix. It's called Squaring the Circle, and I was very inspired after watching that. And there used to be a sheep that would be in my backyard all the time. My backyard has like a whole pasture where livestock comes through, and there was a bunch of cows, but there was one sheep among them. And I was inspired by this album cover and kind of recreated it in my own way using that sheep. It's one of my favorite paintings of all time. I love it. And I really like this album cover a lot. This is also one of my favorites. I think it's very nice. And I think it fits the album as well. There's this feeling with Hypnosis covers where it's like very surreal looking. Like it doesn't feel like a real image. I don't know. It's just very uncanny looking, but I can't put why. I don't know why. I love them though. I love Hypnosis covers. I don't think this is one of their best, but I'm gonna put it in A. I think it's very good still. Definitely one of my all-time favorites. Alright, next up is All Things Must Pass by George Harrison. Do I have a Beatles album on here? I don't. So I put this album before any Beatles album cover. Interesting. You know what? I'm going to change that. Alright, so next up is Revolver by the Beatles. This is a very strange cover, but I like it a lot. It's very Uncanny Valley though. The like caricatures of the band members, they're like very odd looking. Especially George Harrison. George Harrison looks very fucking haunting in this album cover for whatever reason. But I like the collage aspect of it. I don't think it really fits the album itself that much, but I think it is still very cool. I like the text as well. I'm gonna give it A. I think it's A. It's definitely a cool one. I like it a lot. Okay, now All Things Must Pass. I just had to put one at least one Beatles album before I did this album. I like this cover. It's very like whimsical feeling. And I think it fits the album as well. It's like very folky looking, and George Harrison kind of looks like a gnome as well. So it's an interesting image. I like the like anniversary one more, where it's like there's hints of green in it. I think green really fits this album. I'm gonna give this B. I think this is B. All right, next up we have We Don't Trust You by Future and Metro. This is an interesting cover to rank. I think they could have done more with this. It's a very simple image. It goes hard. I think it's cool. I think it is kind of boring though. I think the other cover, which I'll get to in a sec, is better. I'm gonna give We Don't Trust You a C tier. Honestly, I think it's C. And next up is We Still Don't Trust You. So I think this one is way better. I think this is such a cool fucking album cover. This honestly could have fit the first one. I could see that. But I'm going to give this probably a B. I think it goes hard. The black and white look. It's a classic album cover style to have like this 4 square thing. But with only 2 people, I think they did well with it. Having like 2 different shots of each of them. I think it's very cool. I think it's definitely a pretty damn nice album cover in my opinion. Alright, next up is INSANO by Kid Cudi. I'm not a big fan of this one. I recreated this one because I didn't really like this. I like my version more. I think it fits more. It's more abstract, and it definitely is more insane looking. This, I think it's made by Cause. It's just, I don't know. I think it's just kind of mid. It's not my favorite, honestly. I think I'm going to put it in D. I think the colors are cool, but just the way it's like segmented, it's odd. It's a very strange cover, and it's not one of my favorites, honestly. Alright, next up is Scrapyard by Quadeca. Awesome cover here. I love Quad's art direction, and he also noticed me in I made a post of a recreation of the Scrapyard cover that I made. He reposted it on his story. I was fucking floored when I saw that. I couldn't believe it. I love this cover though. I think I'm gonna put it in A tier. I think just like pencil-y look of it. It's definitely a actual artist making it. You could tell, and I like that. It's very cool looking, and I think it fits the Scrapyard aesthetic a lot. How it's like, it's a bunch of these random things kind of mushed together in a conglomerate type of image. I think it's very nice. Next up is Mezzanine by Massive Attack. This one is very interesting. I don't really like this cover. I think the text is kind of odd. It's an interesting cover. I don't know. The Beetle is like, I think the Beetle is cool. I think if it was just that, the text is what really holds this thing back for me. I think it's just kind of bad. I don't know why it's placed there. I don't know. I don't get the point of the text there. I'm gonna be honest. I think it would have been a much more crazy cover if it was just this Beetle on there. I think I'm gonna put this in D as well. That might piss people off. I don't know. But I don't know. I think this could have been cooler. And I think, especially with the sounds of this album too, how dark it is, this could have been pretty crazy in my opinion, but it is what it is. I think it's just the text is holding it back for me a lot. Alright, and the last one for this video, I have Faces by Mac Miller. This is an easy S tier. This is one of my favorite covers, probably. I love just the abstractness. It's very uncanny. It's very strange looking. There's a lot of different objects flowing throughout it, but I picture colors and shapes when I see this album cover, and I love the palette as well. The color scheme on this is very cool. I'm thinking about getting this tattooed on me, or at least like kind of tweaking it into making it a tattoo design, because I think it's very cool. I'm a massive fan of this cover, and it's done by his brother, I believe, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, end this video out with an S tier. Here is the final tier list. This is an interesting crop of albums. I've quickly noticed that I put a lot of covers I like in these videos. So suggest some bad album covers, maybe. Something like this one, possibly. If you want, kind of fill out this list more instead of having it just skewed towards covers I actually enjoy. If you somehow made it all the way to the end here, thank you. Thank you for watching. And please like if you enjoyed. And again, yeah, suggest some album covers if you want to see a part 3. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.